Desktopers, Xavier Wills here for Desktop Bodybuilding, and we are back with our 2023 California Pro preview and predictions. Oops, now that's playing in the background. Let me just close that. Sorry, my bad, guys. Hopefully that doesn't mess up my audio whatsoever. Let me know if my audio is still good. But we're into the California Pro preview and predictions, and obviously seeing Tonio Burton and his latest updates on the screen right now. And I asked you guys as well in the YouTube community tab on Desktop Bodybuilding, who will win the 2023 California Pro? 46% of you guys going with Tonio Burton, 41% going with Sergio Oliva Jr., 7% with Stuart Sutherland, and 6% with Shaaban. So we've got currently on that 478 votes, and I do have that up live right now in the live if you are watching live on this video. But let's get into it. I'm going to go from 10th. Actually, I'm going to go from 11th because Shaaban, I believe, is in this contest, but some people saying he's not. He's not actually on the official competitors list, and Sergio has been added to that. So you can see here, there has been more names obviously added to this list. I believe there was about 9 before. Patrick Moore was going to do this show, but he has pulled out. So that's just a heads up for that one. But here's the list. I could not find this guy anywhere, at least under this name online. We've got Thierry Dangia, and it's your guess, however you pronounce that, from the UAE. We've got Slavov Bednard. We've got Wesley Boxley. We've got Tonio Burton, Nathan Danridge, Rafael Del Real, Ross Flanigan, Mike Halusi from Australia, Siang Chul Lee, who's competed and placed pretty decent at Mr. Olympia, Sergio Oliva Jr., Josk Plaskinkta, I have no idea, Stuart Sutherland, and Marius Tom Zook. So a pretty decent competitors list, and the top 5 to 6 to 7 guys are really, really good. So let's get straight into this one. So in 11th place, I have this guy, Josk, who is, I believe, a Milos Sarcev client. I've seen some photos of him with Milos. He looks pretty decent. He needs a little bit more leg from what I can see. Also, this was posted 3 weeks ago, so this was either 3 or 4 weeks out. And he does say, thank you, Coach Milos Sarcev, for the support, and to Regan Grimes for his time and advice. You can see there, he's got a fair bit of thickness on the upper body, but he just needs more conditioning overall and probably a bit more from those legs to be doing really well in the IFBB Pro League. But he's got some stuff there where he can do something with it, and he can force his way into the top 10 in this contest, I believe. Now, I'll just check back to make sure my audio is sounding okay. Sweet. Seems like there's no issues there. So let me know who your predictions are and who you have winning this 2023 California Pro. Now, in 10th place, I have Nathan Danridge, and you can see him here in the middle. That's an impressive physique, so shout out to him. I haven't seen too much from him in terms of different photos and whatnot, but this is a really good look on stage. And this was in the Masters 75 weeks ago, so I don't know what he looks like now versus this, but this is a pretty good overall physique. 9th, I have Slavov Bednard. He just competed, I don't know what he placed exactly, but it was a little bit lower, but there's a few more people in the New York Pro. And he's looking really, really good. He's always looks good, always in condition. He doesn't have necessarily the structure of some of these other guys, but it's not like he's missing a huge amount, and he has some very big arms. You can see he's out there in Gold's Gym, Venice, obviously living it up and enjoying it, but I don't think he'll have enough to place like a top 5 or anything like this at this show. In one spot up, which is what spot am I up to now? We're up to 8th place. I have Marius Tom Zook. So this is him from last year, and this is him this year. So I didn't actually notice that he made such crazy gains and improvements. I don't think he mentions how much he's up in terms of weight or anything like that, but he did mention that he had some shoulder issues and whatnot through his prep. And he comes in great condition always, which I always appreciate, and think it should put you ahead of guys that maybe are bigger and in less condition, but are a little bit lower than you. So shout out to Marius, and I think he'll do pretty decent at this contest. In 7th place, I have Mike Halusi, who just comes off a 10th place in his pro debut at the New York Pro. This is one day out of the Cali Pro, and he says, now we take the water out, manipulate the electrolytes, and land this second pro show in as many weeks. So he's looking obviously ultra conditioned. He did that Pittsburgh Pro guest posing. It was sort of a surprise guest pose of it. No one knew was doing it. In great condition. Does he need more to be placing up in a top 5? Yeah, I think so. But he'll take that time, come back to the stage, and if he can continue to bring freaky sort of conditioning to the stage, he's going to do very well with a bit more added muscle. In sixth place, and this is when we get into the big boys of this contest, I have Siang Chul Lee. So this guy beat Samson Dowder just a couple of years ago, beat him by 1 point to qualify for Mr. Olympia, where he actually brought his best package ever. And this is a guy that sometimes comes in out of condition and sort of just misses the mark. But if he can bring this package, now this was posted 27 weeks ago, it's probably an old photo. If he can bring this sort of package conditioned, I mean, he's got pretty decent conditioning in this photo. I think he can do very, very well. Oh yeah, thank you, EP09, my audio is good. Very good muscle bellies, just the conditioning for him. That's literally the main thing. Could he use a little bit more from the back? Yeah, but he's got some freaky muscles, some freaky arms. But will he have enough here? I don't believe he'll have enough in terms of conditioning to beat out some of these, maybe not necessarily bigger, but just more conditioned guys. In the next position, I have Ross Flanigan, who is ultra shredded. And that's why I think it might be hard for Siang Chul Lee in this lineup, because Ross Flanigan is bringing the conditioning. The question for Ross will be, will he come in full enough, or will he flatten out to a point where it will start to hurt his physique? Now, Ross has a great structure. Like, look how that waist goes in, how good the quality of skin, the muscle is in that shot. Like, it's just ultra impressive. And then also, when you turn to the side, now this was 3 weeks ago that he posted this, look at that crazy hamstring hang. And you can see the lines around the glutes there. He's not ultra shredded in the upper body there, but he's really bringing it. His coach, Dom Cardone, and he have obviously put together a great package. And you even see 3 weeks ago, he was still in pretty decent shape, you know, the shape that some people bring to the stage. So he's going to be ultra shredded. Can he come in full enough? Will he overdo it? That's the real question for me with Ross Flanigan. Now, a late entrance to the show in Mo Shaaban. This guy looks huge right now. And that's how he's going to get it done, as long as he's conditioned enough. So he posted this up and said, I want to come out and play too. And he put like a little shh and then a zipped face. Now, everyone's saying he's doing a Toronto Pro, because I think everyone just saw this here. They just saw Toronto Pro. So some people reporting that he's 9 days out. But straight before that, he says, the cow. So, and he says also peak week feels. So peak week, I assume, is not for a show that's 9 to 10 days away. I assume that he means he is doing the California Pro. And I've got to say, this guy's had bulging discs or herniated discs in his back, and he sort of struggled the last year to 2 years, I'd probably say the last year. But prior to that, he's doing very well, placed top 10 in the Olympia. He's looking more like himself in terms of the size and fullness and everything. So if this guy is a top 10 in the Olympia guy, can he push up, beat, and challenge some of the guys that I have potentially placing ahead of him? The only query I have is conditioning for Mo Shaaban. But let me know your thoughts on Mo Shaaban. Is Mo definitely doing it? I'm literally just taking from what it says here. You can see there, I've asked the question right under what he said. So he's not on the competitors list, as I said, but the fact that he put the cow, which I assume is the Cali Pro, and hashtag peak week feels, and then he put the little faces and whatnot. I don't know if he'll actually even reply to my comment there, but I assume Mo Shaaban is in the 2023 California Pro. So someone said Mo's a brown horse, a dark horse. Well, I suppose brown is dark. Yeah, appreciate you guys putting your opinions in there. Now, we get up into the higher placings, the top 3. I have Beef Stew, Stuart Sutherland. This guy, he's been on Bodybuilding University this week. He's been on also for a one-on-one. He's on for a one-on-one the week before. People love having him on as well, because he's got sort of like, he's pretty direct in his opinion without being like offensive. I didn't even notice I did an interview with Desktop Bodybuilding last night, going over New York and my thoughts and what I'm planning for Cali. Go check out that on YouTube. Oh, shout out, man. Thank you for doing that. I don't know why it didn't come up. I haven't even liked this post, so my bad, dude. But looking really, really good here. The V-tape of the X-frame looks really good. This is looking more conditioned than it has in past updates even. So maybe we'll see even a slightly better, maybe a slightly more dialed in package. Like, look at that midsection. It's like disappearing. It's like it's getting smaller as this prep goes on. And I think he's going to do very, very well. Can he place a little bit higher than this? I mean, it's going to be interesting, because if he can take a scalp like a Sergio Oliva Jr., even if he is off a little bit, that will be huge for Stuart Sutherland. Now, who do I have in the top 2 and in which order? I have in second place Sergio Oliva Jr. Now, why do I have this guy in second over first? Now, this is a prediction on what I think will happen this weekend. Not necessarily what I think will happen in the future at the Olympia if they both Tonio and Sergio make it, but what will happen this weekend. This guy's flying in, getting there, I believe, the day before the show. He might just be arriving now, might have arrived a couple of hours ago. I'm not too sure where Sergio is right now. There's nothing on his story, so he hasn't updated us there. So hopefully he definitely does make it. There's no delays in his flights or anything like that. But Sergio Oliva Jr. is looking very good, so I couldn't leave him outside the top two, that's for sure. And if he's able to replicate this and bring this to the stage and even fill it out more, this is dangerous. Like, Sergio is dangerous. He can win this. The structure could be too much. He is wide across the shoulders and has big shoulders. So could that expose Tonio? Could that make Tonio look small on stage? He's 286 pounds. This was as of 2 days ago. So Tonio is coming out of a 212. So there's going to be a clear size difference. But Tonio has some serious, freaky, small waist, muscle bellies that could offset that. And Sergio, like I said, traveling the day before the show. But maybe this is what Sergio needs. Because it's like, well, no one's expecting me to really come in and win it. So if I do come in and win, that's just extra kudos for him. So Jose Raymond did say on a recent episode on Mustard Development that he believes Tonio, at the very worst at the Olympia, will be first call out. So that essentially means top 6, if it's a top 6 call out. So huge praise for him. So if you're saying Sergio can beat Tonio, if you subscribe to what Jose says, which many people don't, I will say that, then you're saying Sergio is a top 6 guy in the Olympia this year, or at least this package he's bringing. So Sergio Oliva Jr. is dangerous. He can win this show, absolutely, and it's replicated in what you guys think, because you guys are pretty split between Sergio and Tonio winning this contest. So ultra impressed by Sergio, and I really hope he brings his best to the stage this weekend, and we get to see something special from him, because it looks like he's made some crazy improvements, and honestly, I think he'll bring his best. I hope he hits this pose a little bit different, where he's more like this, where the shoulders and chest are over the midsection, and the midsection isn't, he hasn't got his back arched, so the midsection's out. And also, people have asked questions about the legs. This leg, to me, looks pretty damn good here, and he's got the big calves to sort of offset if there is any sort of, I suppose, discrepancy in terms of the quads being slightly smaller than this, his huge arms and delts and whatnot. And the chest definitely looks improved too. So people were asking questions about the legs, but you look at the legs there, I think they're pretty solid, in my opinion. Now, Tonio Burton, he's the next man on the list, and I'll bring up a recent video of his that I've saved here for you guys. Let me just give me one moment. So you can see Tonio Burton in his recent updates. And when you see this, it reminds you of how good Tonio Burton really is, and he is an absolute freak. He's got those deep lines in the chest, those striations going through. And look at that front double, the front lat spread. Side chest is even looking better there the way he's hitting it. Side tricep is pretty nice. He's got a good hamstring hang now. The side leg looks way better. The back double is getting pretty wild. And that's where I think Tonio will beat Sergio, is from the back. All the other poses, if it was, cut out the back double bicep and the back lat spread, which obviously, it's every pose is bodybuilding. But that's where I think Tonio could expose Sergio, even if Sergio is outweighing him by a decent amount, the craziness of those poses, and also the front relax too. But it's those other poses. Can Sergio make Tonio look small? Can he match him on condition? And then we've got a real battle, and I think Sergio can get over top of Tonio. So it's an interesting show. I have Tonio Burton for the win, and I'll show you guys my predictions on the screen right now in full, so you guys can see if it wants to load. There we go. So they're my predictions for the 2023 California Pro. Let me know if you agree with them, if you disagree, who you have winning. Give me a top 5, all that good stuff. If you are watching live or you're watching on replay, let me know what you think. And EP09, we're on the same page. Dude, we have the same picks, lol. Yeah, I mean, it's quite funny because really last week it was, for most people, a clear first, a clear second, and then a clear gap between third, fourth, and whatnot as well. So I'm basically saying Sergio will fit in that gap that was between Tonio and Stuart, but there is opportunities for guys here, especially because Sergio does not have the ideal prep for this, where they can place above Sergio potentially. Now, I'm not saying that will happen, But if we see a Sergio like what we saw at the 2021 Legion Sports Fest, which I don't think we'll see, to be honest, and I think he's improved. He has more muscle than then. I think he's going to be in better condition too. But if we saw that package again, there's a whole bunch of guys that could jump over Sergio here. So I'm excited for the show. I don't know what's going to happen. There is going to be lives all weekend from Desktop Bodybuilding, so make sure you guys basically like this video for starters, give it a thumbs up, but also subscribe and hit the notification bell button. That way you'll be updated for every video that goes live for me this weekend. I'll be live for prejudging. I'll be live for finals. I'll be trying to get, videos, screenshots, all that good stuff. Putting it up here. There is a live stream this weekend as well, and I will post that after this video goes live in the description of the video. So make sure you tune into that. Or I'll actually post it on my Instagram story. So jump on there and have a look at that. And yeah, I'm going to have post prejudging, post finals, hopefully some interviews with some guys, maybe even some interviews with some guys before the contest actually happens, or maybe even between prejudging and finals. I'll do my best. So make sure you tune into that and let me know what you think about my predictions for the 2023 California Cali Pro this weekend. Will it be Tonio Burton, Sergio Oliva Jr.? Will it be Stuart Sutherland, Mo Shaaban, Ross Flanigan, Seung Chul Lee? Legit 6 guys that can potentially win this contest. Anyway, so let me know what you guys are thinking. I'll quickly open this up on YouTube and see the poll results. So if you haven't voted in the poll and you are watching live right now, let me know who you have winning the 2023 California Pro. And they're about to pop up now, the results. Sorry guys, just 1 second. If it wants to pop up, it's brought it up, but there we go. So who will win the 2023 California Pro? More of you guys leaning towards Tonio Burton than on the community tab. 32% saying Sergio Oliva Jr., 53% saying Tonio Burton, 9% saying Mo Shaaban, and then 6% saying Stuart Sutherland. Awesome. Thank you guys so much for voting on that. And yeah, so I'm just reading your comments. I don't think Mo is going to do this. I mean, yeah, from what he said on IG, I would lean to he is, but who knows? Anyway, guys, we'll have to wait and see, and I'll update you guys as that all comes live as well. So that's it for this one. I'm Xavier Wills. This is Desktop Bodybuilding. Subscribe and follow all the content this weekend. But for now, we are